So there is something that I think that all of us, especially if you are in a leadership position or you are managing an operation, need to be aware of, and probably the corona exposed it better than it used to be before. And since it's just probably a first phase of something that's going to be much more complex and uncertain in the future, I thought that I'll share it with you so it will be in your head and might help you in the future. So what we see is a transition that takes some time, years. And this transition actually brings us right now to a situation where every organization, every leader need to adjust himself to live, to operate in an environment that is much more uncertain and has much more complexity than it ever had before. And the problem in a nutshell is that we're simply not ready for that. We are running on a system for many years that didn't prepare us to deal with uncertainty or with complexity. And I want to go back in time to see the transition as it happened. So I believe that the changes in management that started in the second industrial revolution with Weber and Taylor created a foundation where in the beginning work very well. And it works very well because the foundation that were put in place were seeing organization as mechanic system, like the production line that they manage. And this idea planted the notion that everything is not everything, but in the beginning was everything is controllable. But over time it moves to everything can be controllable and everything can be predictable. And although elements in science move forward with this notion, management stayed with this notion up until today when we are doing 3 years or 5 years roadmap. We're taking into account that everything is predictable. We can predict it to a certain degree. While I'm not sure that this is the situation in our life anymore. But anyway, this movement of Taylorism, Weber, and the influence of this movement up until now taught us that we have control. Even the business strategy, the classic business strategy is all about you as a person have a control. And if you understand better how the future will going to be like, you will do changes in your organization that will prepare you for the future. And throughout more than 100 years, this is the common sense. And every time that we see something that is unpredictable or is surprising us, we say, oh, it's a white noise, or oh, that's a black swan. It's happening every now and then, every 1,000 years. But what happened in reality is that everything that happened 1,000 years and 10,000 years and 6,000 years starting to happen in more and more close occurrence. And the reality changed all the time. But we, from management perspective, we are operating like the frog that has been put in cold water and the water were turned, like the heat was turned on and the water become warmer and warmer and warmer. And every time that we see something that doesn't fit what we are getting used to in our mental models, that we need to make a change and we need to control and we need to predict, what we are doing is we are increasing the control level. We are increasing the control level. We believe that we get now better control, and we are keep on doing those predictions. And it's again, every noise, every element that is contradict those thoughts, we say, oh, it's white noise, and we ignore it. But what happened is that the water became warmer and warmer and warmer, and now they started to boil with the corona. In some point of time, the transition happened and the water became boiling water. And now we are screaming, what do we have to do? What we are going to do? And there's a reason why. Because we were trained to run businesses with predictability, with some element of certainty, with simplifying every complexity. But now we can't do it anymore. Now we have to deal with complexity. We have to deal with uncertainty. And guys, this is not the same as we used to do before. You need to have different set of behaviors. You need to have different set of mental models. Everything is different if you want to deal with uncertainty and with complexity or even chaos. And this is what happened right now. There is a clash between what reality expects us to have and the tools or the management philosophy and tools that we have in place. And when we are trying with what we have now to break through what we have, it just bounces, doesn't go anywhere, and it hurts. And the only way to resolve it is, well, there is a way to resolve it, but maybe I'll discuss it next time. I just want you to make sure that you understand what's going on and you are aware to the fact that if you want start to think and find ways how to deal and work with uncertainty and complexity, you will probably find yourself as the majority of the companies after this coronavirus will stop impact individual, and it will start to be the concern of groups of companies, because it's going to take many companies away. I doubt it that in a year or 2 years we are going to see the same business environment that we see today. Same as 2008, but probably with much more greater impact on changes and probably with new companies that we're not aware of them right now, but they will take the leadership as the previous time and erase completely other businesses that are kind of successful up until now. But maybe I'm wrong, we'll see. What I totally encourage you is that think or start to look for ways how to deal with complexity and uncertainty. And to be honest enough, the literature, science have them already for you. You just need to look, you just need to open your mind, and you just need